So we keep saying that the world around us is changing, but in many ways we continue to lead, engage and develop our people like we did in the 1980s. Our leadership approach still tends to be command and control, and we still follow some tired old processes based on ticking boxes to achieve compliance. You know, there's enough stuff written about the disruptions we face now and we're facing even before the pandemic, so I'm not going to go over those. But in summary, every leader in every organisation, in every sector, is trying to create more of four things to ensure we survive and thrive. And those are more agility, more productivity, more collaboration, and more innovation. As a leader, if we're going to enable our people to be more agile, productive, collaborative, and innovative, then we need a fundamentally new way of leading them. So I'd like to introduce you to the EACH approach, and this stands for employees as adults, consumers, and human beings. It's a framework of leading that I believe might help. So let's break it down a bit. So adult. Employees as adults. You know, most organisations have been incredibly parental towards our people. We have the caring parent where we try and do everything for them. I remember being an HRD in a large organisation one day and it started to snow. And one of my team came to me and said, "Oh, Lucy, it's time to write and send out the all-staff email." And I was like, "What email is this?" And they said, "When it snows, we write to all our staff and tell them they should think about going home." And I was like, "What? They can't look out the window? What happens if they don't get the email? They just sit there and wait while the snow piles higher?" Of course not. You know, they're grown-ups. They're completely capable of making an adult judgment about the weather and their journey to and from work. But we kind of felt that that was our role, is to look after people, take care of people. So that's the caring parent, and we also have the critical parent, where we try and protect our organisation from the worst behaving employees. Unfortunately, we try and deliver this protection not by dealing with the small percentage of people who will behave badly, but by creating loads of rules and policies for every eventuality and applying it to everyone. We're seeing more leaders waking up to the fact that if they want their people to embrace new ways of working, respond to changing customer needs, be open to new skills, be prepared to speak up and challenge and so on, then they need to lead in a more adult-to-adult way. Adult-to-adult is about starting from a position of more trust. Not just that they'll behave well, but that they can use their judgment, that they know what's best for them. It involves principles, not policies. Changes to our processes so employees themselves can take control of their performance, their career, their development, and new leadership styles as well that encourage innovation and agility. Consumer. In our human lives, we expect our individual needs and preferences to be met through having choices. So why would we think at work that one-size-fits-all people processes would have the right impact? Leaders can adapt and adopt consumer marketing and product design techniques to help them identify what really matters to their team members. And then they can provide a tailored approach that really meets their needs and makes them feel valued and perform better. So, for example, you can find out how they like to be managed, how they feel valued, how they like to be communicated with, and adapt your style accordingly. And finally, human. We have so many people processes, but unfortunately, most of them are not actually informed by how human beings can, say, be encouraged to perform, or be more included, or feel more valued, or encouraged to learn new skills. Now, fortunately, these processes are being redesigned with the human being at their centre, so they actually work. So instead of cumbersome appraisal processes, we're seeing the move to frequent check-ins with no ratings. Instead of training programs where learners will forget 80% of what they've learned in 30 days, we're seeing bite-sized sessions like this one, or so-called nudge learning, where you can suggest one small thing they can try. We're also seeing leaders dropping the formal, perhaps slightly detached style and just being more human so that they can relate to their people better. The each model, employees as adults, consumers, and human beings. It's time to bring our leadership up to date and make it relevant for this new disrupted world.